Do you use the TryHackMe VPN? You probably feel pretty safe, don't you? It encrypts your traffic and hides your IP from the internet. But here's the thing, you're not the only one on that VPN. Today, I want to show you a security quirk that's easy to miss, and it could expose your system to the other users on TryHackMe. Now, technically, they're not supposed to connect to your system, but let's be honest. This is a hackers community and an amazing playground. You really want to bet no one's curious. So here's the deal. When you connect to the TryHackMe VPN, you get a private IP, like 10.something.something. This is a private address, but it's on a shared network. Everyone else connected to the same VPN server can see it, and they can connect to it. If you're running any services while connected to the VPN, like say a SSH server or a local database, those ports on your system are now exposed to everyone else on that VPN. You might be hosting a LAN party you didn't even know about. Let me repeat this, because it's important. Anyone else on the VPN can find those services and start poking around. Most people don't realize this, but it's something you really want to keep in mind. Let's take a second to understand what's going on behind the scenes. This is TryHackMe's knowledge base article explaining their network architecture. When you connect to TryHackMe's VPN, your system gets a private IP, like 10.something.something. This is you, on the left, connected to the VPN. The VPN blocks any incoming traffic of the internet, and you can work on the vulnerable machines, just doing your own thing, right? Learning, experimenting, and so on. But this communication channel is bidirectional, meaning data can be sent and received through the channel between you and the OpenVPN server. And you need this, for example, when using reverse shells, right? You open the listening port on your box and a vulnerable machine connects through the VPN server to your box on that port. This is a more appropriate picture of what goes on in real life. Not just you on the left side, there's a lot of users all connected to the same VPN server, each of them doing their own thing, working on their own vulnerable machines, right? But there is nothing blocking, say for example, user 2 from starting a port scan to user 1, seeing what ports it has open, and then starting poking around. To test this, I've set up a simple lab, just me and my son, both connected to the same TryHackMe's VPN server. A quick ping shows I have connectivity to his box. His SSH server, completely accessible. Look, I can connect without problems. And now I asked him to connect to a few ports on my machine to test my firewall and alerting setup. So yeah, you might want a little protection. Think of it like a digital sunscreen. You are technically allowed to go out without it, but do you really want to? We're gonna write a firewall script that only allows the incoming traffic we expect and blocks everything else. Then we'll set up real-time alerts with a monitoring scripts that pops a no notification anytime someone tries to scan or to connect to your box. And finally, we'll wrap it up by everything run automatically on boot. Let's start with the firewall script. It's a pretty straightforward script. First, we flush the input, and then we allow already established or related packets to already existing connections to pass through. We open two ports that we can use for reverse shells. So port 1234 and 1235, we can put any reverse shells we want there, and TryHackMe vulnerable boxes can connect to those ports on our machine. we are going to drop everything else that comes through the tunnel. And we're also gonna log packets twice. And the reason we're limiting the first one is we don't want to get spammed with alerts on our desktop all the time. We just want a couple of pings to be notified, to stop what we're doing and take a look. And then we have the full attack in the logs when we need it. The second script that ties into this one is the alerting system. Very simple. It basically just goes line by line, looping through the journal log, looking just for kernel generated entry logs because iptables logs at the kernel level. It grabs for the tags, one of them being THM firewall that we've set up here. The other is for my own uses, but you can extend it to grab for any number of flags. And then it uses the GNOME notify send, popping up a notification like you saw earlier, firewall alert, and then all the details, their IP address, their port, what port of yours they're connected to, and so on and so forth. To make everything run automatically on boot, you have a number of options. I'm going to use iptable save. So first, we are going to do sudo and then iptables.sh. I'm going to enter my password and the firewall is now active. And now sudo iptables save, pipe to sudo t, and then rules v4. Press enter. The firewall rules are saved into the file, and thanks to T, they are also echoed to the screen. So you might be tempted to do something like this. And if you press enter, you get a permission denied because everything after the redirect is not part of the sudo command. To get the alerting script to start, we are going to create a file like this. Type application, and then on the exec line, the full path to your script where you saved iptables alerts.sh. This is the important bit. GNOME auto start enabled true, and then give it a name and a comment. And then as you saw here in the comment, we have to place this in .config /autostart / whatever name you've saved this as. And GNOME will pick it up whenever you boot up, and it will start your script automatically. You can now reboot your computer, connect to the VPN, and have a friend connect to the same VPN server as you, and do a port scan or connect to a few ports, and you should see the alerts pop up on your screen. One last mention, I'm going to make all the files for this project available on my GitHub, so check the video description below for the link. If you've enjoyed this, hit the like button, it really helps me a lot. And if you'd like to get notified whenever I post new videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. In any case, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.